Okay, fantastic. We are live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. My name is Tim Darnell. I'm so glad you're here. So excited to be here, and have been thinking about this all day long, and just anticipating the time to be with you guys. Great to have you on board here. And we've got a chat room down here if you guys want to chat and add some comments or questions, or just tell us where you're from and that kind of thing. I'd love to see that, the interactive aspect of that. If you notice the two logos here, we've got Bombshell Marketing, we got The Struggle Sucks, and those are two owned by our company here. We want to talk about working from heaven and creating residual cash flow, and really a home business of your own. That probably the best home-based business I have ever seen in my life. I have always worked from home. I have had a job for maybe a period of about 4 months in my life. In my entire life. And I'm not the youngest spry chicken out there, so that's saying a lot. But I've always been an entrepreneur and really love the idea of having the independence of being able to work from home. That's just such a great, great thing. So Ralph, good to have you on. And Susie Bledsoe from Amelia Island, Florida. Great to have you guys on as well. And so we're just going to run through some concepts here and some ideas. And I hope this resonates with you. I hope you really grab onto what we're talking about. No hype tonight whatsoever. It's just what we're doing, what we're launching at this point in an international effort to help people create income from home. And there's no better feeling than to do that. So let's see if we can get my screen to work. So how to create residual cash flow. And we're going to do that without having to hit up your family and friends and without having to trade hours for dollars. Now, I want you to think about those two concepts right there. Not having to trade hours for dollars. In other words, we are automated. Many of you have read my book, Bombshell Recruiting on Autopilot. The key word there is autopilot. Once we set it up, things get really crazy and really exciting. So let's see if we can get my, okay, so we'll get our controls all working here. It's a Thursday evening. Great to have you with us. My goal is to mentor and partner with you. And when I say that, I'm talking about personal interaction with you on a regular basis. I'm not talking about me having an office and you guys coming on board and good luck to you. No, we're talking about developing your business to the point that it is lucrative to the level that you would like to have a business be. And so that's up to you what you would like. I've got written down here some pretty strong numbers for me personally. But what it is for you, that's up to you, and we can talk about that, but what your goal is. And we'll see if we can make that happen, but I will show you how to do this by making you and helping you become a very highly skilled marketer. So now what that's going to mean, it's going to mean that we're going to have to understand some basic computer skills. I've taken a bunch of people that know nothing about their computer. They know how to turn it on, they know how to get email, and that's about it. And so, I mean, it's starting with simple things like how to choose a sentence or choose verbiage or do a screenshot, how to copy those, how to paste those other places, little things like that that a lot of people really don't know how to do. So regardless of your level of skill on the computer, we're going to raise that way, way up. And one of the ways we do that is we get on a Zoom call together and you share your screen and I'll walk you through exactly what it takes to become this bombshell marketer that we're talking about here. So you're going to become a digital professional, and you really need to do that. If you want to be in marketing, you want to have a home-based business, you really need to know some of the basics like that. And we're going to take you from wherever you're at and bring that skill level up to where you're just zooming around on the computer and you know more things than maybe even your 12-year-old daughter knows. So if you stay till the end, we're going to talk about some bonuses and freebies that I'm giving away. And I'm going to talk about it in the context of the products that The Struggle Sucks has put together here and the services that are just beyond equal, I think. I don't know of anybody else doing what we're doing. So it's different from anything else I've ever seen. There's some components that other people share, but what we put together all in one strategy here is just unparalleled, and we're just real excited about it. So I hope you get excited about it as well. My name's Tim Darnell. I've been a lifelong entrepreneur. I've been a very successful business owner. I am a proficient in what's called funnels and also advertising, that's on and offline, direct response marketing, You may have heard of some of those terms before, but that's something I've done for years and years and years. And it can be a very lucrative situation. That's what we're going to be teaching you how to do. You may hear from my dog here in the background. He's chiming in. So that's Max. So I've also been a mentor, a trainer, an author. I've just authored 3 brand new books just in the last 4 or 5 months here. I'll tell you about those in just a minute. My favorite, aside from publishing, is a coach, and that's being with people and helping people understand what their goals are, what they would like to accomplish, what their desires are, what their expertise is, what they're passionate about, and really developing those skills to be marketable in the marketplace and to have you brand yourself so that you are on a track to do something that you really love, that's real consistent with who you are. And so that coaching aspect is something that I just enjoyed immensely. I see Susie online here. Susie's involved with helping other women, and we're developing her brand. And it's just real exciting what's going on with her and several other people that are on the call here. We're doing that very same thing with. So if you're new on the call, I want you to be thinking about, what are you passionate about? What are you an expert at? And what are you good at? What do you like doing? Those are some of the questions we talk about, and we hone that down. We ask questions and questions and questions until we develop a persona for you, and a marketable persona for you, with something that adds value into the marketplace, that you're going to add that value and you're going to feel really good about that, contributing to society. So I've also had other careers. I've been a singer, a songwriter, a recording artist, an entertainer for many years. I've been involved in multiple ministry projects, philanthropic projects. One of my favorites is in the country of Guatemala. We do a lot of domestic things as well. Like I said, I've been an author, a speaker, and we've just been doing this for a long, long time, and I love it. This is my core being of who I am with some of these things that we're talking about here. Now, with that being said, instead of talking all about positive things, let's face it, I've done a lot of things wrong. I'm not talking about evil intent or anything like that, but if you're building a business, if you're doing things that are creative, if you're not in a cubicle in some job somewhere, you're free to roam the country. And man, it's easy to step off the path and go down a wrong path. And I've done that several times, but I've learned lessons from doing that, probably more in the mistakes than I have in the successes. And so I'm not afraid to admit that. And I hope you're not afraid to make mistakes in business. It's okay. You can make mistakes in business. And a lot of times those mistakes will help you understand what you're doing even better than if you hadn't made those mistakes. So it's okay. So I've been involved in the multi-level marketing industry for a long time. I was shown a presentation when I was in my early 20s, and I just loved it. I mean, I related to that. I resonated with the concept of network marketing. It's also called, some people call it direct sales, but it was a way of introducing other people to an opportunity, helping them introduce other people to an opportunity, and watching a team grow, and then creating residual cash flow out of that with great products, always great products. And so those products today are delivered right to your doorstep. You don't have to store them in a garage like we did way back in the dark ages. And so all the methodologies have improved over the years tremendously. However, that MLM and the way of doing it, the way of building it, has changed dramatically. And especially now in the 21st century, we've gone to the internet. The internet is everything. And I'll tell you, this pandemic that has occurred here dig this now, Zoom, that we're basing this webinar on right here, they've added 100 million accounts last month. Do you think we're going to change the way we've been doing things? Churches are holding their church services online now. Workouts, we have 2 different workout companies that we're involved with that we pay on a regular basis. One's weightlifting, the other's HIIT exercises. They're doing their workouts online, and we're watching on TV and doing our workouts in our living room. And so many, many things have changed. People are recording albums on Zoom. And it's just crazy what's going on. So the internet is the place to be, and you got to understand it. You've got to understand it. It's not that hard, but you need a mentor to help you to do that. And our team, our crack team that's growing, that is getting sharper and sharper, they are going to be helping in this process as well. I discovered there's a much better way to build a business, and it's a guy named Mark Lindheimer, who is my partner in this effort here, really opened my eyes to this method, and I was just blown away. It was sort of like the first time I saw network marketing. I got really excited about it. And when he showed me what I now call bombshell marketing, the fusion of 4 different types of marketing into one strategy, I said, that has got to be the greatest thing I've ever seen. And also it's international. So that means we're not stuck just in the United States, just in the northern North America. We can do this in any country that allows it, as far as being a capitalistic type country. So I was sort of excited that I didn't have to share this with friends and family, and I could make money in my sleep. And this is what I'm teaching you, to make money in your sleep. You're not changing hours for dollars or trading hours for dollars. You are putting together a system that markets for you. It is so intelligent and so smart, and the system does everything for you through this thing called the funnel. And the funnel is very elaborate, and it works for you night and day. The funnel doesn't procrastinate. The funnel moves onward all the time. So I'm not only the one that makes money in my sleep, it's also any of you that join us. We're going to teach you exactly how to do this. And so I could get paid to prospect. That means if somebody did not come in my business, I would still get paid. And I thought, man, what a great idea that is, that you're going to get paid to prospect. We'll explain that a little bit further on down the line here. So I've been very fortunate to have made millions of dollars in this industry, have done real well in the music industry as well, but it's been the hard way, the old school way of building a network marketing company. Now, I love network marketing, and why is that? Well, it's not just for the reasons I've already mentioned, but because it develops that residual cash flow. During this pandemic, where a lot of people have lost their jobs, including my wife, got laid off, I continued to make money. It's steady and all the way through. In fact, growing through this pandemic. That's what this type of business offers that a lot of businesses don't. And it has residual cash flow is the main thing that really sets this apart. It's very exciting. So you don't have to do it the hard way, the way I built this business. You get a much smarter, automatic, easier way to build the business. And that's what we're talking about tonight. So the hard way, you got to bug your family and friends. That's so awkward. That is so awkward. And it's not fun, and it can result in friction a lot of times. And think about it. Why would we bug friends and family anyway? Are they marketers? Probably not. I mean, in most cases, they're not. And so they're not a real good audience to be looking at anyway. So most people think they can sell their way to riches. They take the products, the individual products, and think if I sell enough of these products, then I'm going to do well financially. And I can just tell you, that's not a great way to do it. It's onesie twosie. It's small volume. You're basically just wasting your time in doing that. And customers are fickle. So we're not going to sell our way to riches. That's not what's going to happen. We're going to build a team. And that's the focus of what we're doing here, marketing to build a team. And most people think that actually a few lucky people can do this. And I would say to you that they're right. They're exactly right. The old school way, you had to have a great personality. You had to have tremendous consistency and persistency. You had to get lucky along the way in a lot of different ways, but it is a hard row to hoe, that old way of doing it. With this new way of doing it, the bombshell way, I can take almost anybody, regardless of personality, regardless of experience, regardless of people skills, regardless of being an influential person or not, regardless of verbal skills, it doesn't matter. The system does the work for us. So it's all about the system and not about our individual dynamics. So here's the easier, most effective way that ensures success for you. In the past year, what I've done is I have locked arms with several incredible marketers, some people that are just tremendous. I call them stud and studettes in the world of marketing, but I have learned a ton from them. I mean, just amazing. And some of them have actually learned from me, but that's who you want to get your arms around and get your spend your time with and just discuss things with them. And they'll say, no, I wouldn't do it that way. I would do it this way. Here's why you want to do it the way that we need to do it. And so all of those experiences, years and decades of experience, we're combining together to create a tremendous marketing methodology here. So here are the 4 marketing modes that we have put together. Number 1 is funnel technology. If you don't know what that is, a funnel is simply a systematized, automated way of introducing people to a concept, products, or services, and then bringing them through the system to the point that they're ready to buy. And then with our system right here, it actually onboards them into a network marketing company if that's what you want to do. And that's what most people coming to TSS want. They want a network marketing company to be fueled with people that are coming to the funnel, and when they get to the end of it, they're qualified. So I didn't have to spend time qualifying people, finding out that I'm talking to somebody that really is not right for my business. I just wasted time doing that. The funnel does all that for us. Then there's social media marketing and advertising, and that's real hot these days. And that's because we build huge, for instance, on Facebook, you have 5,000 followers on Facebook, friends. And then beyond that, you can reach people, their friends, and way beyond, and you can actually target who you want to see your message. And the media is just unbelievable. Pinterest, LinkedIn, Google Ads, all the different social media platforms have this form of advertising available, and we know how to use those forms. And so we teach you how to do that and let your message resonate with the people that it resonates with. If they don't resonate with it, then they didn't respond. That's great. That's great. We don't want everybody to respond. We just want the people that really like what we're doing. Then there's affiliate marketing, and that's what I talked about. You get paid to prospect. And so what happens is when people come on board TSS, we have a tremendous product, tremendous services here. When they purchase, you make a 25 to 40% commission on their purchases. And so you take that money and you can use it for bill paying or whatever you want to do, recreational, but take a portion of that and put it back into your advertising. So that's affiliate marketing. You're getting paid to prospect. And you might want to write that down. That's a big, big concept right there. We've never had that. I've never had that in my marketing past, in the decades past. So affiliate marketing is a tremendous addition to this mix right here, this strategy that we're putting together. Then there's network marketing, and we've already talked about that, but all of these fuse together in a very profound way. We call it bombshell marketing. And so that's our moniker for this. So the first book, if you hadn't read that yet, that's Bombshell Recruiting on Autopilot. Be sure and read that book. That's a great starter. It lays the foundation, the groundwork for whatever, all the other concepts and services that we're offering here. So building a team the old way, it's brutal. I've sort of alluded to that, but building a team the bombshell way replaces those old school methods and activities. And so the question is, and this was what happened to me about 2012, was I was just at my wit's end financially. I'd lost a business, a multi-million-dollar business, hadn't made money in about 4 years, was $350,000 in debt. And I needed an income opportunity, something awful. I mean, it just real important that I find the right one, but I wasn't going to just jump on anything that I saw. And so I looked through hundreds of different companies until I found the right one. I was sick of the struggle. I was desperate. And so people come to me a lot of times, I say, well, I'm just desperate. I would not be a very good prospect. And I said, I was desperate and I was a great prospect. And so if you're desperate, that may be the motivation that you need to come in and put things in place. And it's not difficult. What we're doing here is so much less difficult than what the old school building a network marketing company used to be. So if you're sick of the struggle, I'm with you on that. I was sick of the struggle. A lot of people have struggles for different reasons. It's not losing a business. It may be an illness, maybe a divorce. It might be losing a job, being laid off. It could be all kind of things. And so we'll talk a little bit more about that also. So I want to talk about 3 secrets here that I think are real important. Number 1 is there's no rejection in our business. Now, I want you to think about that. No rejection in our business. If you're involved in any kind of sales or anything that any kind of business that you've got to hustle, you're going to have rejection out the wazoo. And that is not the case here. We are like the billboard on the side of the road, people driving past all the time. And the ones that like our message on the billboard, they say, hey, I want to know more about what you're doing here. And so the ones that didn't like the message on the billboard, they just drive on past. You don't know who they are. You don't care. And so you don't face rejection. Number two is you're going to get your message out to tens of thousands of people you never knew, and you will never run out of people. It's not a finite audience. It's a wide open audience. And you can literally run through tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people with our methods here. And it's exciting to be able to do it. And that's how big businesses normally build their businesses. So secret number three is residual cash flow and financial growth is now automated. You're going to hear that word a lot. Let me get my chat out of here so I can see what's going on. Yeah, okay, financial growth is now automated, and that is so much smarter, guys. That's a much smarter way to build a business. Okay. All right, so let's just get one thing clear. Nobody likes rejection. I don't like it. I've got a thick skin, man. I'm the old salt that's been around the block for a long time, and I've gotten a lot of rejection in my life, so it doesn't bother me. But newbies, people that are new to business, they've never had rejection a whole lot in their life. And so when they come in to any type of business situation, a sales situation or something like that, and they get some rejection, it's hard for them to take, and a lot of them will quit. You don't have rejection here. Most people would just as soon not share if you had a cure for cancer, but you had a chance of being rejected, you'd probably not want to take that chance of being rejected. So we don't have that element here. That's an important concept in Bombshell. So Bombshell gets your message out to tens of thousands of targeted people you don't know, allowing you to reach bigger and better markets out there. It's so much better than your warm market. Your warm market is limited, and we want to just keep them as friends anyway, right? We don't need a business relationship with them unless you think they'd really be good and you can pass it by them, and that's fine. But okay, so Bombshell also adds a brand new viral lead generator. And for those of you who've been with me for a while, this is something we're introducing today. We just got this, I acquired this today. Okay, and what that means is viral lead generation that turns one lead into two into four, et cetera. For them to get the freebie that we're offering, they have to bring two people to the table. So with one, you get three. Right? So one and their two, that's three. And then those turn around, they want to get their freebie. And so they need to bring two to the table as well. And so they just share with their warm market. So instead of just advertising and getting the one person to come into the funnel, now we're bringing literally dozens of people into the funnel because of this new viral lead generation that we just added today. So excited about that. We're going to turn some tremendous numbers by doing that. So we're playing numbers, and I want you to think about that concept. In any kind of business, you got to have big numbers, right? I mean, a lot of people, this onesie-twosie stuff doesn't work. So if you want to create massive volumes, big financial volumes, big cash flow, big revenues, you need bigger numbers. So it's just a state of mind. How many numbers are we going to play? So other businesses don't go to individuals. They don't get hung up on a no from your Aunt Sally or a friend or your best friend. You don't do that. You're playing numbers. You're advertising a business, and all businesses need to advertise. You're not going to build a business without a lot of advertising. And so we're doing that. It's inexpensive advertising. It's not expensive at all, and it's actually self-funding because the affiliate commissions that come in will fund your advertising. So we don't get emotionally attached to our prospects like we did in old school marketing. So the residual cash flow, Bombshell recruiting on autopilot, it finds the customers, it presents a compelling offer, and closes them all automatically, all done for you. So if you can get that concept and really understand that, we've got a couple coming in from India right now. They're getting on board from India. They're so excited they can't see straight. We're having a little bit of trouble with getting the funds here. We'll figure it out. But can you imagine being on top of a country of millions, millions and millions and millions of people, and you're the first one, and you start advertising in the country of India? I mean, we're the same place in the United States and Canada and all over. You're going to be the first ones that are doing that and seeing these very unique ads and getting the word out. So you're the first adopters of what we're doing, this bombshell concept. So I want you to imagine this picking up 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 10, whatever, excited customers every week. The bigger your budget, the more people come on board, the bigger your budget will grow. And that means your ads are reaching more people. So the translation is that RCF that we talk about all the time. So I mentioned to you when I started in our newest network marketing company in 2012, I was $350,000 in business debt. That's business debt. I had 2 girls about to go to college. One was already in college. I had had no income for 4.5 years. Kathy was working 60 to 70 hours a week just for us to not lose our home. However, we had a property tax lawsuit, and just trying to keep up with the expenses, we'd gotten behind on that and got sued on that for property taxes. And so we were in a world of hurt, man, when we finally found the right network marketing company to get involved with. And I mean, I've got a series of 32 different criteria that I was going to find, or I wasn't going to do anything, because I couldn't drop down and find a company that had 6 of those criteria, which that was the best I had seen out of hundreds of companies. And all of a sudden, the right one came along. We're not here to promote that company tonight or those products, but we got involved with the old school method and really went to work. We hit $1 million in income in 4 years. I'll never forget the company owner calling me on the phone and said, "Tim, do you know what this call is about?" I said, "I think I know." And I had been prepped about it. And she said, "Yep, you have hit the 7-digit mark in income, not volume, in income." And so we paid off that $350,000 in debt. We won all kind of vacations that were completely paid for. The first one was Maui. We went to Hilton Head. We went to Paris for a week, first class, stayed in the St. George III, where the Beatles stayed. That was so cool. Cancun, Bahamas several times, and just a bunch of different places. I can't even remember all the places we've been to, but it's been great. And that's old school. Now we're adding the bombshell to building that team right there. So what most people do, now let's sort of back up just a little bit. And this may be you. It's been me at times in my life. Live paycheck to paycheck. This is what MPs do. Most people do. You blow your disposable income. You got something left over, and you only got 3 or 4 days at the end of the month. You'll just blow it on stuff that's irrelevant. It does nothing for your life. It's just recreational, and you blow it. I've done that a million times, but I was also smart enough to get involved in mentoring and training and getting involved with some people that I knew had the experience and the success to show for what they'd been doing. And I wanted to know what they knew. I wanted to get with them. I wanted to know what their attitude was. I wanted to know what their thought process was. What do you guys think about, you guys and gals that have made so much money? And so we want to be savvy. We want to set up an automated machine that creates this. Get these words right here. These are cool. Residual income. You know what that is? That's, you do the work for a month and that pays you the rest of your life. You do the work for a year and that amount of work pays you for the rest of your life. You do work for 2 to 5 years and you may never have to work again. And so that's residual income, growing income. It gets bigger and bigger because you've got a viral aspect to it. You've got a multiplier aspect to it. It's walk away income. Instead of trading hours for dollars, you know, doctors make great money, or historically have. Attorneys and people that we think of professionals, they make good money. But guess what? They have to still trade hours for dollars in order to make the money that they make. And then also willable income that you can pass on, that cash flow to your surviving spouse, whoever your dependents are. And so your beneficiaries, it's willable income. So that's phenomenal. Now, here's the thing that, and this is so poignant at this time during the pandemic, is why residual cash flow? What happens if your primary income is disrupted or ended? What happens when Kathy's working at her desk and a guy walks up she's never seen in her life? He says, Miss Darnell, we appreciate your service here over the last 10 and a half years. You've been a great employee, but we're not going to need your services anymore. And she is in emotional wreck for like months after that, and can't believe it. Just can't believe it. So that can happen. You can have calamities. You can have deaths in the family, the primary income earner or the spouse of the primary income earner. It doesn't matter. Wrecks wreak havoc on your financial situation. Even if you've got good insurance, just things like that. The weather, we're on our third roof here in about 4 years because we get tornadoes in Allen, Texas. And so it's real quick. It happens in minutes and boom, you got to have a new roof, or whatever it might be. Breakdowns, you may be running, just real close on your finances and all of a sudden a refrigerator goes out or the air conditioner goes out. Air conditioners can be very expensive. And then you got the pandemic situations, which in my opinion is much more a political situation than it is anything else. But whatever, it doesn't really matter. It really wreaks havoc on financials of individual single people and families. But there's also positive reasons, and that's let's get out of debt. Let's have options to travel, to make purchases that we want to make donations, and never have to worry about money. I think about people that I've been with people that go to a restaurant and they don't even look at what's on the left-hand side of the menu. They just look at what's on the right-hand side of the menu. They're so worried about finances that it's all about money as opposed to what they really want to eat. What if you have enough money that you never have to worry about that right side of the menu? And so I just think that you're going to be in charge rather than your finances ruling your life. And that's what this enables us to do. So one of my mentors that I really like, I just read his book. In his book, he said, we are experiencing a health crisis, an economic crisis, a liquidity crisis, and a financial crisis all rolled into one. That's a gentleman named Alexander Green, and he does great financial investing advice that I've taken over the years. So those are things to consider. Residual cash flow helps when you have a disruptive situation. And like for us with our network marketing company, that income has come in every week. We get paid on Mondays, comes in every week. So that's just real exciting. So we're about halfway through here, and we'll be wrapping it up here toward the end. But I just want to say this. This is a great picture here. Kathy and I in Maui. Now, this was our first vacation that we had after that 4.5-year drought of me not making money. And we won the trip to Maui, and it was just fantastic. We were so excited. But I hope that you think that what we've talked about here is relevant, that you resonate with what I've been talking about. So I'm going to be making an offer. We charge for our services, obviously, and we spend a ton of time with you individually. And I'm going to be making an offer at the end tonight. But if you stick around to the end here, then you'll get that special offer. And everything's 100% guaranteed. So I know that old habits die hard, that most people avoid pattern interrupts, even ones that lead to increased abundance. Okay, so people, they want to be comfortable. They don't want to try new things. And I get that. I understand that. But what we're going to teach you how to do is things that you'll grasp onto them, and they'll become easier and easier. In fact, they'll become like riding a bike real quickly. And so it will lead to increased abundance. And so winners take action, they produce, they prepare. And that's what we're doing here. You're aligning yourself with people that want nothing but the best for you, your success. And so avoidance of risk is the greatest risk of all, according to one of my mentors, Dr. Henry Cloud. And I think he's exactly right. So when we establish this and your first checks start coming in, now think about that. Think about these first checks coming in. It's going to be exciting. And you realize that, man, I didn't do a whole lot to get those checks coming in. If I did a little more, that could increase. It could get bigger and bigger. Think about an extra $500 a month right now, an extra $1,500 a month right now, extra $15,000 a month right now, and the sky's the limit. we can do whatever we want because we have this mechanism called Bombshell that reaches out and plays the numbers that need to be played. So I want us to think in terms of possibility instead of impossibility. We think of I am possible, and we're ready to take a leap of faith. We're ready to make a move. We're at a point in our life where we don't want to keep doing what we've been doing for the last years, because that has gotten us to where we're at. We need to have a situation that comes in and really generates a new form of income, a new form of excitement, new form of self-esteem. And you'll find that self-esteem when you have success here. So you've got my complimentary gift. That's Bombshell Recruiting on Autopilot. And we've got Facebook Ads Authority as part of our first module that comes up. These are books that will really help you get in the mode of thinking about what we do here. One of our main social media sites is Facebook. That's the granddaddy of them all. So there's also Instagram. There's also LinkedIn. Pinterest is a great one. We're going to talk about that in just a minute. But our first module is about fundamentals. And you're going to be part of our Facebook group, which is an important group. We interact. We're sharing new ideas. We're giving details of upcoming events. We're sharing ways to build Facebook, our ads, and just different things. Some of these things are just real essential things that will lay the groundwork for what we're doing later on. So you also work at 25% affiliate commissions right off the bat with a module 1 right there, and the value of that. And I had another appraiser come in and I said, look, I don't know exactly how much all these things should cost. What would you think? And they said, here's what would be right in line with reality. And so we priced some of these things that we offered in each module. And the price for this first module is $532.95. If you got that by itself, it'd be $37. So that's pretty much a no-brainer right there. So let's talk about real quick, who does Bombshell work for? And it's just almost anybody, to be honest with you, but anybody looking for a secondary income, anybody that wants to switch careers, replace their primary income. You can do that very quickly here. Single mothers, this is perfect for, and just women with kids, and they don't want to send their kids to daycare. They want to do something that doesn't demand a lot of time. It's not time intensive, and they're able to put this thing in place and have that cash flow come in. Very exciting to be able to spend quality time with the kids when you really have to, you really need to and want to. People that are retirement age, I'm 65 right now. I understand they're most susceptible to the COVID thing, 65 and above, right? And so, but also what we've not done, a lot of us get to this age and we haven't saved enough money for retirement. So supplemental income on top of Social Security or whatever other funds that you have, this will replace the need for that and will really fulfill the need for that. Burnout people that have been in the MLM industry before and it really didn't work for them, or whatever happened, the company went under, that kind of thing, but they've got some experience and they like the concept of network marketing. And then smart network marketing people who don't mind doing old school methods, but they want to add this method on top of what they're doing. And so you say, well, what do I have to do? Do I have to choose between old school methods and Bombshell? I said, no, you can do both. You can absolutely do both. And knowing how to do old school methods, in my book, 10 Secrets for Network Marketing Success, that's important information right there and will help you become a better people person when that arises in your life. And you're going to be meeting people on a regular basis where a few people skills would be good. All right. So here's what I had. I knew I wanted to offer some tremendous services here and really help some people out. I could offer some real cheap things and that kind of thing, and then try to, just build on numbers out there. But it really wouldn't incentivize me to really stack the value of what we're doing. And what I'm going to show you is a stacked value beyond belief. It's beyond anything that you could imagine here. The second option required a little higher investment, but in exchange, I can devote more resources to guarantee your success, to work with you on a regular basis. And that's what I spend my days doing outside of preparing a presentation like this. Here's a good couple right here that I've worked with for years, and we've been great friends. They were skeptical at first. when we came up with this new concept here, but they have both dramatically improved their health. Sharon is started running at 70 years old, and she tells her story. It's just real inspiring. She talks about first time she tried to run 100 yards. The first time she thought she was going to die, and then the next day she ran 100 yards, a little bit easier. Then the day after that she ran like 200 yards, and it was okay. It was all right. And then she started running more and more distance. Now she's running 5Ks all the time. She's actually run a half marathon at age 72, I think is where she's at right now, somewhere in there. But just amazing. When you put your mind to doing something, you can do it. And age is not restrictive as far as what you can accomplish. Rick has lost a bunch of weight, and they're highly involved in residual cash flow, bombshell marketing. And they're very excited. They're great people. I hope you meet them very shortly here. Here's a new gal that just joined us in the last 2 weeks. And she sent me a note today. It was unsolicited, but I had spent some time over the phone with her the day before. And she said, I want to thank you again for helping me. Do you realize you were on the computer for almost 2 hours helping me with questions and how to use my computer and other different things? This program is awesome, and I'm so excited being a part of your team. So I really appreciate that note. But that's what we do. We offer value. It's all about value for each person. So she's going to turn into a digital monster here real shortly. Okay, so here's what you're going to get. Module 1, the fundamentals, talked about that right there. Sales Funnel Secrets, that's a real good program. Very good that you understand that. And then how to advertise in Pinterest. What are some of the peculiarities about Pinterest versus, say, Facebook? We start most everybody on Facebook, but we branch out and go to Pinterest, Instagram. Actually, when you advertise on Facebook, you're advertising on Instagram as well, because Facebook bought Instagram, and so those will appear on Instagram simultaneously with Facebook. And then the 25% affiliate commissions right there. So very high value. Module 2 is an intermediate level and entrepreneurial and financial mastery. We talk more about finances and entrepreneurial concepts in my book, The Fifth Quadrant. And so there's a video training with that. It's 4 videos, $297 value. The Fifth Quadrant workbook is $50 value, and then 25% affiliate rights there. About a $396.97 value. If you bought it separate, it's $47. So we make the offer so compelling that you just can't turn it down. All right, so $400 value for $47. Then module 3 is where we start getting really intense with our services right here. And this is the Affiliate Marketing Success. That's a great program. Facebook Customized Ad Copy. Right before starting this program, I was going to get an ad agency to help me with some of the ads. And their price right off the bat just to get started was $9,997. And it was $997 a month after that, for doing that service. We're offering this for a one-time charge, and it's nowhere near. It's a $49.97 value conservatively, and the affiliate rights here with that as well. That's about a $5,000 package right there easily, and that's if you could find getting the customized ad copy at a real discounted cost. Okay. So here's the biggie right here. This is Team Elite, and I call this Complete Elite, Elite Complete, because it has everything that you could possibly want in setting up a marketing company. This is you having a marketing company, and we're going to provide the pre-written, pre-produced auto response emails and broadcasts. That $19.97 value right there, I would never do that for $19.97. It is so much work, you can't believe it. If you had to do that, you would probably quit about 4 or 5 emails into it. It's a very involved project right there. It's probably worth more like in the $5,000 range, but that's part of module 4 right here. Then automated downline onboarding. That means that when somebody is interested, not just in the struggle sucks, but they're saying, by the way, what network marketing company are you with? This system will put them in automatically, show them how to enroll without you having to be there. Now, if it's somebody that's got a big team, they've got 10,000 people and they're coming on board and they want to, this is the leader and they're going to bring their entire team over, call me. I'll talk to them. That's the person that you definitely want to be on the phone with, and I will want to be on the phone with them as well. That's the kind of person we're ultimately looking for here, is somebody that has network marketing experience. Not necessary to build this, but boy, you find a jewel like that, then you want to jump on that particular person and really make sure that they understand what's going on here. Weekly private mentoring, that's with me right now. We're going to share that task with some of our top people at TSS. That's very, very valuable, keeping you in line, keeping your questions answered, making sure that you're following the right footsteps, helping you be accountable. Accountability is a real important thing. And then brand you is personal branding development. Personal branding development. That's where we're talking about your expertise and your passions and that kind of thing, and going down that route where you offer value to people that don't have those same skills, and you're putting that material out there into the marketplace in many different forms. It could be podcasts, it could be blogs, it could be a book, it could be videos, it can be all kinds of things. But we're getting you to contribute to society with brand you. And then so we're going to be involved heavily with publishing, editing, and formatting. And all of these are very, very valuable aspects of this service right here. But this is at a 40% affiliate commission. And now when somebody comes on at some of our bigger items right here, you're really creating some great income for yourself. So the more people we contact, the more people we touch, the more that are coming on board, that 40% will be very, very substantial income coming into you. And then tools and technology, we use all kind of apps and services that most people have never heard of, and we teach you what those are, and they're part and parcel to putting together a marketing company. And then just miscellaneous things that'll be happening along the way that will come up. For instance, like this viral situation that came up today, just a phenomenal concept. We'll be adding that to the mix here for everybody. Everybody that comes in at our full elite complete level here will get that. So that is a $13,528 value, and that's independently appraised outside of myself. And I just know that what we're going to do here, if I priced it any less than what we've got it right now, then I'm doing myself a disservice, because you're thinking, what in the world is going on? So there's got to be some kind of good level of payment there so that it makes sense. Okay. All right. So think about what this is going to do. You're going to have unlimited customers. You're going to have weekly millionaire coaching. Would that help your success tremendously? I guarantee you. I guarantee you it will. You'll be so excited about it. Sort of like Janelle wrote in that email this morning. She said, I had no idea you were offering this much service. I said, well, it's what we do. And the whole idea is to get you successful. You're going to be a competent, successful, effective 21st century marketing expert. You're going to be able, you literally could open up a marketing agency this time next year with all the experience that you're going to have here, if that's what you wanted to do. I don't think many people want to do that. But if you did, you would have the skills to be able to do that. Now, what you also can do is bring in contacts that you have, other businesses, other individuals. You bring in a company that wants some more serious marketing, and we charge them $30,000 for the services, and you're at 40% of that. Now, think about that. That's a $12,000 bill to you right there. So there's all kind of ways that we're going to make this worth your while as far as income generating. So just think about, would that be worth it if we were offering all that? So obviously, I'm the guy that says, yes, it is worth it. So cumulative value, individual module, module 1, module 2, module 3, module 4, you add all those up, we got about a $20,000 value right there. So how much are we going to charge for that $20,000 value? What's the knowledge worth? What's the skill set worth? What's the cash flow worth? Is it worth $10,000 or more? Absolutely. would you pay $10,000 to have residual income throughout this epidemic that we just had? It would be worth it, wouldn't it? That'd be a great trade-off right there. So affiliate commissions, automated, growing, residual cash flow, all of those things right there. And we're going to price it specially. We're going to keep it down to where it was in April. I was going to go up in May, but I thought, you know what, we're going to extend that price out. I've been able to help other people make this kind of money on a regular basis throughout my life, and especially now that it's automated. So would you make a good decision to come on board with us and to formulate this residual cash flow for yourself? Incredibly good deal at about a $10,000 mark. We were going to go up to $49.97 starting May 1st, and I've decided to prolong that or extend the smaller price. You're some of the first people that have seen this, and so what we want to do is we want to come in and give you that $20,000 value right there for $29.97. And so here's a $3,000 investment in you to come on board here and to work with us and to be a part of our team here, part of the Struggle Sucks team right here. And the website is on the bottom here, but I'm going to put it in the chat or the link so that you can see that. Yeah, there we go. And that's actually, it should be a live link right there. If it's not, you can copy and paste it. And so I'm going to give also a personal call with you. It's going to be an hour to 2 hour long call as long as you would like to go. But most people take the full 2 hours right there. That's a $300 value. That's not even included in the $20,000 value price. And that's only for the first 10 people that see this. So I hope you can see, you got that. Yeah, the link is inside the chat box right there. If you're seeing this outside and you don't see the chat box, then the link is down below. It's the green button down below. Okay, so you'll know what that is. That'll be very apparent to you. And that's for the first 10 only. After 10 people, about 2 hours apiece, I'm done. That's all we're going to do. So $29.97 today. The price is going to go up. It has to. I mean, there's just no way we can operate with this type of value to get you rolling like we're going to get you rolling. And so there's two choices that I see people making here. The first option is what a lot of people do. They do nothing. They don't take the leap of faith. It's 100% risk-free. We have a guarantee on that, obviously. Or the second option is to pony up this very, frankly, ridiculous amount of money and then to get going, and we get your ads up and running so that we've got activity happening very, very quickly here. So compared to all the value that you're going to receive and become a great, great marketer on the level that we've been operating for quite a while, I believe this is a really, really fair price, just to say the least. We're going to have people start flowing into TSS. It's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and the price will go up. So you've got a great situation here in front of you. So if it works, great. If it doesn't work great, that's fine too. You got no questions asked, money back guarantee. So sign up today. If you don't like it for any reason, then we can do something else. But it's worth the gamble. Few minutes of your time. Check this out. It'll send you to the order page. You don't have to order. You can look it over. A lot of the components of the services that we're talking about are not even listed on that web page. So just understand that you're going to be getting a whole lot more than what we've talked about so far, and you're just going to be real excited about what's happening here. So I want to mention that the $29.97 is a tax deduction. If you make $50,000 in a year and you buy this product, you're paid on income of $47,000. You deduct $3,000 off of that income. So it's real wise to be an entrepreneur and have the deductions that we have. A lot of times our meals are tax deductible. Our automobiles are tax deductible. If you lease an automobile for business and use it for business, it's tax deductible. And so there's things to do. And this is an investment in your future. This is an investment in a career for you, whether it's part-time or full-time. And so other opportunities are a lot of hype. I've seen them. You've seen them. You know what I'm talking about here. But here you're going to become a professional marketer. You're going to create the residual cash flow. And so I just encourage you to join us to get started. Be the positive person that says, man, the positives here are fabulous. I want the full complete, elite complete. And I think this is the right move in my life. I hope you've resonated with what we're talking about here. And it just makes so much sense to my inner being. I mean, not just intellectually, but it just makes sense what we're doing here. And it's so cutting edge. It's so 21st century. And it's not some skill that's going to go away for a long time. This is a skill that will stick with you and something you can offer to not just your family, not just yourself, but to other people as well. And when you understand these concepts, you can have these conversations with people, with businesses, and you can bring them to TSS and we can incorporate them in our work schedule. A lot of this we farm out with experts, but they pay us, and then we farm out the experts, sort of subcontracting type thing. And we build their marketing program for them. And it can be almost any type of business. A funnel is great because it will sell anything. Funnels sell anything. And so that's exciting to be able to offer that. And we will turn into a marketing agency more than just bringing people in to feed into our network marketing company and that kind of thing. So it's more about the marketing than anything else. So if you take action, you experience rewards when you do that. Action begets rewards. Non-action does not beget rewards. We know that, okay? So also there's no monthly charge, and later there will be a monthly charge. And so we're offering this as a one-time situation, good for life here. I mean, you're good to go for life and no monthly charge. And so I know so many other businesses out there that we pay the monthly charges. I pay monthly charges on all kind of services, and we're not doing that. We're saying a one-time deal, take the tax deduction, and let's get this thing constructed for you. So $19,000, almost $20,000 valuation here. Any of those are, variable. They could go up or down either way, but for the most part, they're very conservative valuations. And so we're talking about $29.97 one time here. So love to see you do that. Don't be afraid of losing your money. That's not going to happen. It's not too good to be true. This is better than true. This is better than anything else out there. And so we're just excited to offer this kind of service in a company that's grounded in service. And that's what we're all about. People say, Tim, you can do this, but I've never done anything like this before. Well, you can do it when I'm doing it with you. I can tell you that right now. And that's what I'm all about. That's my coaching side that I talk about that I love so much. So there's the link right there. If you want to copy that down, you can go to it. It's in the chat box right there, or look down below you. There's an arrow, and it's a green little link down there. You can click that, go peruse the order page, and make a decision. Man, make a decision. This is a winning decision here. And we'll be with you the entire way. It's all about helping you out with every kind of aspect. Any concerns that you have, any questions that you have, any doubt that you have, any of those kind of things. So I want to end up by saying this. I'm nothing special. I have been sort of a type A personality, but I'm not a very good at a lot of things. I'm not a good handyman. Okay. I'm not very good at golf. I like golf a lot. I enjoy playing golf, but I'm not very good at it. Man, you'd take my money if we bet, that's for sure. Or I'm not real good at childcare. Here I got a baby coming. I mean, literally, I could get a call at any minute. Lindy I've never seen a stomach that big. She's a petite little gal, and she's got I don't even know how to describe it. That stomach is huge. We're going to take pictures just to document this. And so I'm not that great as a granddad or even a father, but I do it anyway, and I love them. But that's not really my expertise. What I can do is help a person make money. I am good at finances, and I'm good at helping you become a better marketer. And so that's where my area of expertise is. And we target around $300 to $1,500 a month just to make it reasonable to you in your mind's eye. I could tell you that you'd make a lot more money than that, but for it to be reasonable to you, let's keep it around $300 to $1,500 projection, and let's get that going. And we back that up with the advertising needed to make that happen. So we're rounding out here, winding up, and about to call it a day here. If you want to put something in the chat here, anything that you want to remark about, that you resonated with, that you like, then go ahead and put that in there. And there's the price right there, $29.97. That's as inexpensive as it ever will be. So that's the Elite Complete package right there. There's more to it than meets the eye. We didn't have time to talk all about it tonight, just in 1 hour, but this is going to be fun for you. So there it is. There's our logo, TSS. The struggle sucks, but it doesn't have to, because we've got the answers to that conundrum right there. And so I hope that you really got what you hear right now. If you'd like my phone number and you'd like to text me, don't call me because I won't answer. Text me, 469-667-3444. If somebody write that in the chat for me right there, that'd be great. 469-667-3444. And I encourage you to text me, and we'll set up a time where we can talk prior to you coming in, if that's what you want to do, or if you've got somebody that you know that you think, man, this would be perfect for them. I would be glad to talk with them for a few minutes, 15, 20 minutes, something like that, and just get their mind to, understand, wrap around what we're doing is what I'm trying to say. So appreciate that. That's from Tooney, says, so much info, people need to listen up. Ralph says, incredible value for expert coaching. Appreciate that, Ralph. And let me write my number here, 469-667-3444. That's Tim Darnell. And if you'll text me, then we will get together. Would love to meet you. Guys, thanks for being on the call tonight, this webinar. I hope it's meant something to you, and you can see a glimmer of hope for your future, and a very exciting time for your future. So I thank you for being on the call. You guys are very special people. You definitely don't know of the million on earth, just a handful of people on this call right now are hearing this for the first time. And you could really put yourself in a significant position to move forward in life. And I'd love to see you do that. I'll help you do that. Anyway, Tim Darnell signing off. Struggle sucks, but we got the answer. Okay? So you guys have a great night. Love you. Take care. This will be recorded.